Hello everyone, Insane Frame here, welcome to the video. So we had to take the L with our previous video with the werewolf challenge since we had to shield bash one of the companions and we weren't allowed to attack unless we're in werewolf form. So that is the way it is, I guess. So I thought let's up the ante and do an utterly insane challenge in Fallout 4. Probably the most intense yet. So drum roll please. Today it's a day we ask, can you beat Fallout 4 if all enemies deal 10,000 times the damage? This is known as a one-hit wonder run. Now, needless to say, this is going to be hell. And the whole idea here is we don't get hits, period. We have to complete all of Fallout 4 without being hit, and if we do get hit, then we kind of have to start the whole game again. So this is probably the most difficult challenge to date, and since having a full-time job and being a wage slave now, this really is the epitome of why do this, and the answer to that is why not, for my name is Insane Frame. We really don't have any upsides to this challenge apart from we do deal double damage, so that's nice, I guess. However, we will have to wear a ring throughout the whole challenge and enemies will deal 9,999 times the damage, so that's not so nice at all. And that includes their base damage, so 10,000, so there you go. Now, there are a few playstyles that favour this type of run. Needless to say, the sniper or the stealth archer are very high on the list, and we'll see what we can do with that. And of course, all of this can just be reset with a random raider somewhere with a bullet and just say hello. So yes. Also, if we do die, we will be starting all the way back to the start of the game, just at the entrance of the vault in Sanctuary. So although harsh, it's kind of what we have to do to keep the run as close as possible to the rules. Speaking of which, the rules and the mod creator kindly wrote out the rules here. This is kind of a first on the channel. They are, and apparently they have participated in the challenge, so well played, sir. Now, as for the rules, we may never take off the rings, because this makes enemies deal the absurd damage to us, which is kind of the whole point. No companions, no glitter exploits, no cheating, we're kind of modding here, so, you know. And we may only use vanilla items, so that's no creation club items, only base game items. So we go ahead and set off on a world of Fallout as Todd probably intended. We start off getting to create our character. The ring's not in hand yet, so we do the standard exchange with our family. We make our character look amazing, just look at how dashing he is, and Voltaire cool. Now, we go for a very unusual build here. We go for max perception, so we can actually see enemies ways away, a high degree of luck along with some agility and intelligence. This allows us to gain decent XP whilst also being able to use VATS to its fullest degree, but most importantly, as I said, we can see threats from far away as possible. We also call ourselves Red, since there's going to be a lot of colour red in this run. We see Sean, our son, who's a sack of shiitake mushrooms, then it's over to the vault, and I'm sure a lot of you know the drill by now, but those new here, we get frozen and we get the game's antagonist shooting our dear wife Nora. Now the plot is set, we have our mission and the challenge begins. First things first, we have the rad roaches and we don't have the ring yet. That's at the entrance of the vault. So we enjoy using the baton and the 10mm pistol. For some reason there's loads of vault lab coats. Not sure what that's about, but we take what we can get since it will help with our intelligence. But when we do get our pit boy, the death ring is there. So enemies will now deal 10,000 times their damage. We actually deal double damage with the ring, so it's not all bad, but from this point on, if we die, we end up at the start of the game. So this video could be very long, or even in 2 parts, or standard. Who knows, you can probably tell from the length of the video. Anyway, we venture over to Concord, and lo and behold, we get one shot. So we got our first death, and we respawn just outside the vault next to Sanctuary, so the mod is working as intended. So now we need to get experience along with some decent equip. Our top first priority is wiping out the local pests, so bloat flies and rad roaches are taken care of. At least the dead thing is giving us that double damage, so it's extremely trivial, but one mistake and we're out. But we clear everything up, get some cooking done for some easy XP, and we also get Sean's special book to get +1 intelligence. We're doing a lot of stat gains this run for some very specific perks to help us out. So with 5 intelligence, we can get some extra XP gains. And whilst we're at it, we wear the Vault Lab coat, and this gives us +2, so it's a nice early game boost for us. After After carefully eliminating some more bloatflies, we make our way to Abernathy Farm, sell most of our early game items, and also pick some melons for what it's worth since we get some caps for it. But we hunt Radstag, and surprisingly, we level up, so a second level up is always welcome. Once again, we go for +1 intelligence for a total of 6 to increase experience gains. After we clear a warehouse and some ghouls, and to be fair, they give us a scare, we explore around, and we then get ambushed by radroaches, causing our second death. Not great, but at least it was early in the run. But yeah, we repeat what we did from the vault and make it to Abernathy Farm again. Gotta admit, this is a rough penalty, but already seen how difficult it has become. Anyway, we managed to stay on the road towards Sunshine Tidings. The ghouls here are dangerous, but not impossible. The 10mm pistol is doing brilliantly, but we managed to go ahead and grab a survival magazine. This gives us double the meat from animal kills. This is going to be a huge help for the early game, for caps and experience. After we clear the area of any hostiles, we then journey on to Lexington and slip past the Corverger power plant, and we are exactly on track. Then we get the quest for the Brotherhood of Steel, so we're in the right area, and we slip by yet again seeing feral ghouls, but it's this red rocket truck stop we want to go to because the sandbags have exactly what we're after on the roof, and that is a hardened sniper rifle. We don't have any ammo, but it's a fantastic gun for us for this stage of the game. Also, we get another level up, killing Radstags because they run away when we shoot them, and it's another +1 intelligence. Now we're up to 7 intelligence. We make a swift escape, making sure to keep fighting to a minimum, and manage to cross the bridge, although raiders are very close by, so we just mind our manners and cross the bridge, and then we see Diamond City Security doing their thing. And of course, we don't say hello to Piper, we instead shoot someone outside the hardware store and see very tough looking bloatflies that could probably one-shot us no problem. They're a cut above the rest after all, so we have to go around, and eventually we see Eleanor, and some of the stuff she has is pretty insane. We just purchase ammo for our sniper and call it a day, so now we can fight from very long range, and enemies will have a hard time tracking us. We put our strategy to the test in Concord, and it works beautifully. One shot, one kill, just like the first recon in New Vegas. Gotta love it. Preston calls us out to help him, and well, it does give us another level up, so we might as well do something. But first we get Rifleman, so we do 20% more damage with our sniper rifle, almost certainly guaranteeing one-shot kills. Yep, it's going to be a stealth sniper playthrough, folks. Can't be hit if they can't live to tell the tale. Anyway, we get to the Museum of Freedom, but we risk almost falling off the church to get into the upper levels, and this encounter gets very dicey. Thankfully, VATS does save us, but it's a very high risk, high reward. However, our sniper is doing the business end for us, and these raiders are cannon fodder. So when we blow the last guy's head off, quite literally, we get ourselves the Perception bobblehead, and all is good. Now, you may think outside was even tougher, but since we're on a roof, it's actually really easy since the raiders don't really have a good line of sight on us and we just one-shot them with ease. Everything goes according to plan. The Deathclaw itself, it just plays with the raiders and throws them around like a football, and then loses sight of us and wanders around before we shoot it. Rinse and repeat, and when the coast is clear, we see Preston and Co. loot all the raiders for more early fun, so far so good. As we slowly walk to Carla, since we're way down, we get more 308 ammo and decided let's do some target practice on Wolfgang and Simone. And Simone is one-shotted, Wolfgang is not, but then he is one-shotted by Patrick, who finishes him off. So we get a nice hat that increases perception, and also we grab another level up, and you guessed it, another +1 intelligence so we can level faster. Once we have some ammo from Trudy, I decide to go to Lexington, and well, we get ambushed, so we have to start all over again. Clearly, the sniper playstyle has some flaws, so decide Red should become a gunslinger. So it's all the way back to Sanctuary at level 1. Oh, dearie me. So we decide to go just outside Sanctuary and get the 44 Magnum. And there's a hat that gives us +1 intelligence as well, always good. We go to Trudy's, have a quick draw on Wolfgang and Simone. There's no room for error here, but we take some mentats to give us a lot more experience. So we get a level up, and it's going straight into agility, giving us a total of 5 agility. So then we go ahead and journey towards Eleanor to stock up on ammo. Now, what we want to get ourselves is a very powerful weapon. Ideally, an explosive 44 would be ideal. However, we do have another playstyle we can do, aka the sniper playstyle, so we gotta run her up. So first things first, we need to get ourselves prepared. So we go over to the Boston Library, grab ourselves the intelligence bobblehead, so now we're at 7 have an intelligence. Also, the security is very useful in clearing the way so we don't have to fight. And as we explore, we get another level up. So I decide to pop a rank into Fortune Finder, allowing us to get more caps in containers. This will help with our early game caps, and since fighting is a huge gamble, we don't really want to be doing much, but just getting caps passively is brilliant. Also, we have a run-in with a mutant, so we use our critical hit and run towards Good Neighbor. Very, very dicey, but staying on the main route without alerting anyone, or at least as much as possible, will be our saving grace. So we go to Good Neighbor, sell our stuff, and also do some cooking for some easy XP. Every little helps after all, ladies and gentlemen. As we defeat some gunners outside Good Neighbor, a dicey encounter for sure, we saved thanks to storing a critical hit. Pretty much the game plan for us surviving the run. We managed to get a landmine and kill more ghouls to get another level up, and this goes into Fortune Finder rank 2, so we find a fair few caps wherever we go. This is actually a very underrated perk for sure, and comes online at level 5, hence I go for this over Scrounger, which comes online at level 7. Anyway, we're on our way to get our pistol, and we bump into the Old North Church, so we might as well take out the ghouls, and we meet up with the railroad. After a few close calls with the ghouls, managed to get ourselves a meeting, and after turning a dial spelling railroad, Desdemona and co are as cryptic as possible. So we go ahead, accept the job from Deacon, get a boatload of XP and level up, so a worthwhile endeavour for sure. We make sure to get Gunslinger, so we do 20% more damage with non-automatic pistols. Very nice for us and saves us spending more bullets, so it's over to the location that we are going to anyway, and there's a Mylark, but then we get to the pump rooms and get ourselves the Gainer, a 44 Magnum that sets things on fire. A personal favourite of mine, to be fair, and if we die now, crikey, yes, it wouldn't be good now. So we do have a good sidearm, but we need a long-range weapon and a couple of bits of kit, and the railroad is our ticket for this. So with our Gainer in hand, we decide to meet up with Deacon and we go into the tunnels, and New Vegas' first recon once again would be proud of us. It's one shot, one kill bonanza, but we're still not safe since our gun is loud and hits really hard, but everybody knows where we are. As we go through, Deacon acts as a meat shed, and we just line up the shot and take the enemy out. It's absolutely brilliant and perfectly amazing, and the Simps are just destroyed. We also level up and get Gunslinger rank 2, so we get 40% extra damage and increased range with non-auto pistols. Very powerful. So one shots are all but guaranteed now. We continue into the switchboard. We manage to get our headshots, lovely stuff, and even get a Covert Ops magazine. Now this is one of the things that we are after. So we are now tough to spot thanks to this magazine. This is our secret weapon, ladies and gentlemen, how we'll beat the run. And it's certainly a close call, and one mistake and it's straight back to the start. However, grenades are our saviour here since we can chuck them and bounce them off the wall. I'm not very good at it, but I'm good enough because the enemy can't retaliate, and this clears the way and we get our prize, the Deliverer, and some leather armour we'll use later from the railroad agent Tommy. Now we can get all of our equipment we'll need for the run. Tensions are getting higher and higher, so we decide to opt for a couple of side quests. We go to the satellite relay station northeast of Concord and we level up on the way. So we put a single point into sneak, so we're 20% hard to spot while sneaking. Pretty good, and the Deliverer, well, delivers as we take out the raiders as quietly and as efficiently as possible. Our Gainer is no longer our primary weapon since it's not silenced, and the Deliverer is. Ak isn't going anywhere, and we take all her ammo exactly as planned and her minigun away as her raid friends drop around her. But the best part is we get another issue of Covert Ops magazine, so we are even tougher to spot now. Very good stuff. The railroader pleased, and we use Ak's ammo to purchase our Pièce de la Resistance, the Tinker Tom special. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a very good sniper rifle that increases our chance to hit providing we are not in combat, and with a high perception, this thing can certainly hit them headshots. So, with all of our preparation, we take a second crack at the Museum of Freedom, and the Tinker Tom special silencer does amazing with our sneaking skills. We're not even spotted, and we just decimate the raiders, so our plan is going well. Can't really complain, and when we get to the roof, it goes even smoother. A silencer makes all the difference on the sniper, and it's going to be an extremely valuable tool for us. Anyway, we dilly-dally on the roof, take everyone out, no no problems, and the Death Claw soaks a lot of bullets. We managed just fine and even get a level up, so we decide probably the most important perk is Sneak Rank 2. So now we're tough to spot by 30%, but we also don't trigger floor traps such as tripwires. Mines can still explode, but this will be sorted quite soon. We make our way to Lexington, where we last died for some easy experience to pick up all the landmines. The enemies here aren't too bad, and the Tinker Tom special is putting in the work. We go around sniping everyone, and once again silencers are so damn good, and some ghouls nearly kill us, but the Deliverer in VATS is a monster since its legendary effect allows us to target at a discounted rate, and it has increased accuracy. Exactly what we want, and it's even silent, so we can't really ask for much more. Anyway, we do some sniping. We decide to go ahead and get Tales of a Junktown Jerky Fender. It never leaves our run, and it's here once again to aid us. Such a beautiful skill magazine. With everything we need, we go back to sell all of our items and purchase a bucket load of bullets. Since we have everything we need to beat the game at this point, it's time we go get Nick Valentine. So it's over to the Triggermen, and our sneaking should be good enough, and the loot will help massively along with the experience. The Triggermen are what I consider the end of the early game. If you can clear it out, it's one of them things that I use as a milestone to measure up entering the mid game. This time though, got to admit, going to treat it like an end game dungeon, since one mistake we're dead. So we skulk around and take everyone out, and the Deliverer is very potent, as its name suggests. We managed to get ourselves in, we have a headshot frenzy, and yes, the Triggermen don't have a lot of health, so it's a one shots aplenty. The main area isn't too bad since we keep clearing them out, and we get in loads of experience. So we go back, sell our stuff, and buy more ammo, since weight is a bit of a problem and we do kind of hoard a lot of loot, but it is to be expected. But once we get back in, the pistol and rifle combo is doing amazingly well. Close up, the Deliverer just does amazing, and then far away, the Tinker Tom special is a beast. Both have silences, and they are the cornerstone of our build. So we kill Dino, let him dance, and go see Valentine to get the bobblehead, so everyone has an extra 100 caps. A lovely little gem. Valentine's here, Skinny Malone absolutely terrifies me, but we go around with Valentine, take all the Triggermen out, and it's not actually too bad. And then we free Nick, our Deliverer's top dog, and then we get outstandingly awesome Tails, giving us a +5 action points. Every little help. Now, eventually we do get Skinny, and I have some landmines, so what we do is we place all 3 landmines, and I stupidly made a big mistake. We didn't open the door, but we get away, and the landmines do exactly what they're supposed to do, getting Valentine the upper hand. I'm sure Skinny appreciates being shot in the head, but it just looks like our work here is done, and we escape the vault with Valentine. We take out some raiders just outside Bunker Hill and go towards Sunshine Tidings, clear that place out again, get the skill mag as we did previously, and dump all our resources in the workshop to begin building and cooking some easy XP. Then it's over to the Minutemen, since there's no fear of bullets hitting us, and we just build the infrastructure for Preston and Sturgis, getting more XP. We also upgrade the Deliverer to pack more of a punch and have some new sights, so things are a little better. The best part is we managed to spec some levels into strength and get armor rank 1. Now this run, armor isn't important, but we can make our stealth a little better with armor. So a quick trip to Diamond City, and we make a full set of shadow leather, so we're a touch more difficult to spot in dark places. We even have a Wastelander chest piece, so +1 agility and perception, so brilliant all round. We go to Nick's office, do the standard Valentine questions, go to Kellogg's address with the key in hand that we pickpocket from the mayor, flick the switch, and then Dogmeat is here. So we can now go to Fort Hagen. We have to be extremely careful once again, since the enemies there will be difficult. Explosives will be key to taking multiple enemies in one go, but the Institute simps there, they are absolutely terrifying. So everything packed up and ready to go, we do a couple more side quests to be prepared. Let's go to Lexington, take out more ghouls for some easy XP, and we decide to spec into Sneak Rank 3. This is what I was waiting for. We are now harder to detect, but most importantly, we no longer trigger landmines, so we're now safe from floor-based explosives. This is a huge relief. So needing more experience, I decided to go to Hubris Comics, since we can bag a few kills using our pistol. The best part about the Deliverer, by the way, is it only uses 10mm ammo, which is very plentiful, and all the ghouls are no match. And then we get a glowing one saying hello, but landmines, well, Landmines are kind of awesome at this stage of the game as they really damage his legs, and then we shoot out his legs so we can just go on in and destroy him. The Silver Shroud armor is ours, and we get away to Good Neighbor and meet Ken, who's awesome and wants to clean up Good Neighbor. Grenades are super effective, as I've said before, and this is very, very good. We help him out, and of course we take a job from a British bartending robot. Am I biased? Well, absolutely I am. He is powered by tea, and of course we go to McCready, hire him, take his hat, and now we look like a drill sergeant in the US Army. Red is doing fantastic, and as always, we stock up on ammo, get the job done, and as we leave, Daisy asks us to clear the super mutants in the Boston Library. We would have been there, so it's not so bad, but we get it done and level up. So it's high time we get Rifleman rank 1. So we do 20% more damage with the Tinker Tom special. Very good indeed. We then get to Fort Hagen. We are ever so careful to take the turrets out from a distance and then close the gap, and it does get dicey, but we're doing this so the deliverer handles everything extremely well. A lot better than expected, and to be fair, explosives were not needed. So we go forth, grab ourselves covert ops yet again, and we have to deal with Kellogg. Now, this is going to be interesting. My plan here is to do a 1-2 punch with Kellogg, a grenade, then snipe him. It works extremely well and exactly as planned. So Kellogg Cornflakes dealt with, and with a huge sigh of relief, we've cleared Act 1. Now we need allies, and the Brotherhood of Steel are the best option, since all other factions have a high-risk, high-reward mission where we have to defend somewhere. However, the Brotherhood of Steel is not the case. We just have to get the Beryllium Agitator, which is, well, actually reasonably easier. So we level up, get rank 2 of Rifleman, so we get 40% more damage, always nice, and we have a couple of things we can do to make ourselves a bit more power. There is a risk, so we decide to go at night, and there's an outpost up north near 10 Pines Bluff. Of course, but we take the raids out and get ourselves a magazine that lets us do 5% more damage at night. A small boost, but enough to justify it a quick 5 minutes anyway. Now we've got that sort, it's time to go with Dance and get his quest out. So we go to the Cambridge police station, we sit back and don't tangle with the ghouls to stay safe, and Dance goes down, so the ghouls decide we look like fresh steak. However, that saves us since the ghouls can't get too close, and Dance is thankful that we saved him and his section or squad. The next part is going to ArcJet Systems, so Dance puts his helmet on, we let Dance do most of the fighting, and we do let the Simps walk into our landmine, so good stuff. And when we get through, Dance saves our hide, so go Dance. We level up, so we get Gunslinger rank 3, so we deal 60% more damage and increased range, starting to get pretty serious now. We use the thruster to get lots of ammo and loot, and Dance's a potato now cooked into a bag of crisps. Then we get our final encounter of ArcJet Systems. Our pistol deliverer, like its name suggests, gets us the deep range transmitter thanks to Dance. All our items and goodies, we decide to buy some ammo from Eleanor, but not our usual order. We get some 50 cal ammo because we're going to upgrade our sniper rifle. So go as close as we can to Salem with our ammo in hand, so we go towards our objective. We see some Mirelurks, and these Mirelurks are just child's play since we deal so much damage, and then we get invited to someone's bunker. Now, unfortunately for him, we do not use manners. I know, people, the first time in a while, but we give in to the dark side of manners. We use rudeness and shoot our host. However, he has the very thing we are looking for, the Reaper 2, chambered in, you guessed it, 50 cal, exactly what we're looking for. So we steal the Reaper 2, bid him farewell, not totally foregoing our manners, admittedly, and we head back to Sanctuary. We level up, and it's high time we start getting explosives to take out groups of enemies around corners. So we get Demolition Expert rank 1, but we actually get ourselves a couple of quests and clear out the College Square near the Cambridge police station. When all is said and done, we finally get to go to the Brotherhood airship. Go ahead and explore the ship, everything's good. We go to Quartermaster Tegan and find a commando helmet. So now we have a 10% reduction to that cost. Very nice, and this pairs very well with the deliverer. So we level up and we decide to spec into armor rank 2. This allows us to make our helmet a shadow helmet, so more difficult to spot at night time. Also, as a side note, we did chamber the Tinker Tom special and 50 cal. Thanks to the Reba, we took the upgrade off and then put the upgrade on the Tinker Tom Special. Thought I'd put that in here. For some reason, it wasn't in the script. When we get outside, Max says go to Fort Strong, kill the mutants, and we can take the gunship. Apart from the gunship bugs out, so we have to do it the old-fashioned way. But luckily, we have mines and a bridge, so we can kite the mutants across no problem. As the mines do their job, weaken the mutants, and we can just one-shot them no problem. Apart from a legendary mutie man, he decides no. He doesn't want to die in a few shots, so we fall back to the bridge, and then a few shots, it's taken care of. We then use our side farm against the last one, and then we have the super mutant behemoth. And well, you can see our pistol is insanely good at dealing damage. And now we can breathe a sigh of relief since we got past the mutants. Another milestone. But then it's time to go inside, and well, we just demolished the mutants, and they don't even know we're here. We get another legendary mutant, so we just use a frag grenade and use our crit for a headshot from our sniper rifle. It is beautiful. His buddies come along, but they get the same treatment. We go around to the office and see, you guessed it, covert ops on the table. Once again, beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Down below, we take out the lookout mutant doggo and just lob all of our spare grenades down the hallway. With all the mutants dead, Dance comes in, and we're happy to go back to Maxon. Now we need to gather information on the Institute, and to be very clear here, I'm terrified of the Corsa since they can go invisible, but my plan is to one-shot them since, hey, it's worked so far. So we go to Nick and Piper, hand our quest in, get a level up, we get Demolition Expert rank 2, so now we can make frag grenades, so we do exactly that. Now we have lots of frag grenades in our repertoire, we're never going to be short of them. We go to the memory den, do the memory sequence, pedal the story forwards, and now we're going to the glowing sea since we need to pay Virgil a visit. Now some of the enemies here are easy and some make it a very close call, but we do make quite a surprising kill here. A Enclave soldier wielded the Tesla cannon. Now this will be a very powerful weapon, so we grenade the Enclave soldier off the building and down to us, and well, the Tesla cannon is just too powerful to use, so we just snag the armor as a trophy for Ingram and carry on. We continue on and kill the Deathclaw outside Virgil's cave and meet the man himself, Virgil. He wants us to get a course chip to get to the Institute, standard every playthrough I guess. So we go back to the Pridwin, hand in our prize, and look how lovely it looks, people. Isn't it just beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? Anyway, we resupply, level up by getting Rifleman rank 3, so we do 60% more damage and ignore 20% armor. Very nice. The perks are gonna get kind of unusual from here on out, but you know, it is what it is. After having fun sniping some raiders for easy experience, we move on to green tech genetics. Now normally I die once or twice in these challenges, admittedly, so this is extremely tense, and like a broken record, one wrong mistake, we're back at the start of the game. So first things first, we quietly move around and snipe what we can, stop any accidents from happening. I'm looking at you, turrets, we don't want you shooting us. The gunners aren't too bad, our pistol is good in tight corridors. Our sniper, however, is good for eliminating tough targets like legendary gunners, and the gunner with a missile launcher, that is certainly getting a critical hit in the face. So we go on through and we even get a cool triple kill under our belt, always nice to see, and we go on in and see the rest of them, and it's easy as pie. We also level up and I go for critical banker so we can store an extra critical hit. They ignore armor, do extra damage, and have a 100% chance hit, so having more is just brilliant. As for the Corsa, we actually do mess up a little bit here. We get a headshot and then quickly use that to miss a 75% shot, but quickly correct our mistake, landing our third shot, killing the Corsa. That was extremely tense, and I was actually shaking doing this, but we grab the Corsa chip, we're doing amazing, and we go make ourselves even more powerful. We head to Bunker Hill and then go to Good Neighbor to get some combat leg arm that makes us move 10% faster for each leg piece, making us a total of 20% faster in total. We also add a muffle effect so we're harder to detect whilst moving, and they're both shadow pieces, so this is brilliant for us. So everything playing out, we go into the Railroad HQ, and since we already have our gear from here, it's time to enact our plan, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, everyone is gathered around, so mines are plenty, not just any mines though, cryo mines, as vengeance is best served cold. Secondly, we trigger the mines with our trusty grenades, nothing quite like it. And thirdly, we use their own weapon against them from a former railroad agent. Simply excellent. The railroad are taken care of, and now we can rest easy as we have all their loot. Truly despicable. But we go one step further. We decode the course of the ship ourselves, and everything is simply marvellous. Oh yes. With a triumph record, we go to Virgil, we have everything ticked off the list, so we go to Elder Maxon, he lets Ingram help us, and we go ahead and build the teleporter. We go inside, then we have a clue to the next video, a message to Big Jack, and of course he contacts us from XCOM. Very interesting indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so we go into the Institute and we find the true villain of Fallout 4, the child synth, ladies and gentlemen. Dear oh dear, he's spoken to Todd and still he can't kill us as easy as he wants to, but even with his superpowered minions, we speak to his main minion, Father, aka Senor Potato. We allow him to talk to us and let us join temporarily so we can get to the Fev Lab, and we get what we need, and then we get the holotape for Dr. Madsen Lee. She gets Virgil's holotape, and what you know, she has seen the light and decides to join the Brotherhood of Steel. Simply excellent. We get a level up and decide to get critical banker rank 2, so we can store 2 critical hits, including us filling the bar that's free, so fantastic stuff. We immediately leave the Institute and begin racking up more XP, and whilst we're at it, might as well get some more goodies to make us stronger. It's over to the National Guard training yard, and they have something we want badly, and they're having trouble with snipers. A sniper that is very, very good at their job, might I add, since they are having trouble seeing us as we clear out the outside. We sweep up the crumbs and we go in. We also level up in the process, and yeah, we kind of take a boring +1 agility. Don't worry, this is the last stat increase. We make our way through, burst firing the enemies, and our sniper just shreds the enemy, no problem. Quite the weapon if I say so myself. We still aren't in our final form, but we're almost at the late game, and the stakes get even higher. The gunners are here en masse, but a combination of Deliverer and our sniper, and because they're silenced, deals with them very effectively. And the layout is very friendly for our playstyle, so we hang back and just headshot everyone. It's really awesome. Cruz is then sniped from the other side of the building as we stand in the hallway. We take care of his lackeys, we grab the key and see one of his minions sneak up, and we shooty, job's good. The gunners have good reading material in guns and bullets. We have several of these now, and more can't hurt. But we get Captain Wes, and well, he has a nice YouTube studio apparently, well done. But now you're dead, Captain, because we used a stealth boy, and we have him in our sights, so it's already over. The thing we wanted is, of course, the small arms bobblehead. So we do 25% more crit damage, so yay. This stacks with our critical banker and all the magazines we got. But the adventure doesn't end there. We go to Jamaica Plains and just start killing ghouls. That keeps us alive if they get too close, and we just gun them down. Easy XP if anything else. We find some armor upgrades in the form of combat armor, so we're doing good. We then shimmy up a ship pile and we get up to the top and we see the agility bobblehead, ladies and gentlemen. This allows us to spend our level up on ninja, so now our sneak attacks do extra damage. Fantastic stuff. Our perks are pretty damn good and we can reliably one-shot everything. We keep clearing random groups since stealth is just overpowered as all heck, but it certainly does the job. And on a personal note, I'm getting carried away, but we go back to the Brotherhood, so it's time to get Dr. Lee and Ingram. Then we build magnets, and they want some Mark 28 nukes, pre-war edition. This is quite the thing, and I'm not sure how we're going to go back there and not die, because we're going back to a glowing sea. We get to the Necron Pyramid in Fallout 4 as Todd intended, and after grenading some ghouls and dealing with some mole rats, we level up. So we go for rank 4 of sneak, so we're 50% harder to detect, and running no longer hinders us, so we're really good at sneaking now. But a simple grenade into Henry & Co, everyone is dead. This is the part I was worried about, but the death robot, aka the Assaultron, well, they don't realise we are the real Steel Champion and we just demolish it, place the transmitter, and off we go back to Ingram and Lee. So all is well. We're almost in the end game now. The stakes are very, very high, but our stealth is unrivaled. So we go to Maxon, dance as a traitor. We get Scribe Hagen, give us attitude, but gives his location, and we're off. We then get to listening post Bravo. We just bulldoze our way through. We don't even give Dance a chance since, well, he's a traitor, ladies and gentlemen, and he needs to go, and well, yeah, we just kill him. We go report back to Elder Maxon. He is impressed, so we're all good. But, oh, ladies and gentlemen, next up is the railroad, and we've already done the heavy lifting there, so the remaining forces shall be dealt with. Oh, yes. We destroy them in their entirety. Their leaders are dead. They cannot win, and yes, that is a line I stole from Dawn of War 2. Anyway, it's time to explain how the railroad are crushed under our stealthy, snipey, shooty style. We go on back, and Ingram says about the beryllium agitator. This mission with the mass fusion building, it is terrifying. The mission that I really don't want to do, but we're here now, so we are ready as we can be. It's been a long, difficult road, but here we are. So we go ahead and we descend the lift. We do very well, and as soon as it hits the ground, well, we run for our dear lives for cover before the enemy teleports in, as we can just shoot them on the way down, but as they teleport, one shot, we're dead. Then we just go ahead and start cutting them down, and they're none the wiser, and use the office keys and gradually lower ourselves to lower levels. We see a couple of enemies, they really aren't that bright, and we cut them down, but we also get the strength bobblehead, so go us. Now we carefully engage the enemy. We've done very well to get this far, and we have the reactor room to go, so we'll be extremely cautious. As we descend, it's odd. There are no Brotherhood of Steel, there's no gunfire, just one by one taking out the Institute forces. It works out extremely well, better than expected, and they can't really fight back as we have the high ground, miniature Anakins. Oh yes, but we go into the reactor, use all the terminals, and lay mines for the Assaultrons. So that's 2 Protectrons, and the Assaultrons, as they charge in, will probably get their legs blown off. That leaves the Securitron. So we grab the beryllium agitator, no problem. We get the Securitron. It's honestly kind of anticlimactic, I'm not going to lie, as we just fill it with lead very, very quickly. The Assaultrons strip the mines, and we don't have to worry about the Protectrons, as we just grenade bounce off the wall round the corner, and got to admit, gotten fairly good at bouncing grenades off the walls. It's an absolute lifesaver. But the air Protectron done, the turret is done, and as the enemy pours in the main plaza, we just play it safe and take pot shots where possible, allowing us to gain some experience, always good to have, and when the coast is clear, like a cartoon character, we get the heck out of dodge. Also, I accidentally sold our sniper rifle to Tegan before the mission, like a silly Billy, so we get it back. That is very professional, but as we might need it, and the end is near, we also level up, and our last perk of the run is Penetrator, so we can target people behind cover at the cost of some accuracy. Admittedly, should have got this sooner, but damage is king, people. So, everything's set, we plug in Prime and off we go. Now it's game and match at this point, but we have to be absurdly careful, and hopefully the courses are dealt with by lots of Brotherhood. Is still shooting everywhere. Liberty Prime just clears the way for us, nukes and lasers ahoy, so can't argue there. He invites us to go swimming. I thought I could go around, but no, he just stands there, and we can't have that. He doesn't do anything, so we have to go in the water, and anything in his way just gets absolutely destroyed. Exactly what we want. We see the light show, and we just hang back, take some pop shots as the Brotherhood ladies do the heavy lifting. Once that's taken care of, we're in the finale, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, is it really, really on a dive stage. So, Elder Maxon gives us a pulse charge. Good stuff. Thank you, Elder Maxon, the manners and all that. We take it very slowly, but with utter certainty as we go in. Snipe where we can. We really don't want to do all this again, but as you all know, sniping is overpowered and it becomes a shooting gallery since these units don't know what hit them, quite literally. In Bioscience, it's much the same. They really don't know we're there until the guerrillas get released, but decide to try and maul hydraulic armoured soldiers. Not a good idea, but the main plaza, it goes really smoothly, as the Corsa was the main worry, and just in case, I packed a stealth boy and used some psycho, and it worked beautifully, since the Brotherhood will still just go around, destroy everything, demolition derby style, exactly as planned. So now we have to do the age-old thing of find father, and do you know what, we just eliminate him for creating an evil empire, use the self-destruct, and we don't use the evacuation order because we can't have anyone killing us, and then you know, with everything set, we just go into advanced systems. We take it very, very carefully as we destroy the turrets with a grenade. Rather than just charging through it, we use the window to snipe every threat, including the rocket launcher sim. All the turrets are gone, and just a triple grenade just to be sure. And funnily enough, I didn't notice the Institute Scientist suit, so just suited up to make sure the rads don't kill us, and we place the pulse charge, get back in our uniform to see the true villain, the child synth, try and stop us, begging us not to finish the challenge. We merely teleport out, flick the switch, ending the run, answering the question, can you beat Fallout 4 when enemies deal 10,000 times the damage? And yes, you can. You just got to be a stealth archer / grenadier. The most nerve-wracking challenge ever, ladies and gentlemen. Right, that was a very unusual challenge in that the further we got to the end, the more tense it became. Usually when I do these challenges, there's a tipping point, but here, no, any shot could have made us restart. And honestly, I could have gone heavy weapons and just obliterate everything, but the thought that, you know, anyone could just attack us whilst we're gunning them down, yeah, it was a stealth play style. And the defenses required of not being seen or shot at in the first place, couldn't really argue against that. And getting the equipment was challenging in the switchboard, but it certainly proved to work. And we had a game plan, it went beautifully, and yeah, you know, it was really good. Also, there'll be a link to the mod down below. It's tough, but that double damage on the death ring actually really helps. And I mean, really helps out. And you don't need to worry about the early game, just pick something that's not a melee weapon and run with it. As for the next challenge, I'm going back to good old XCOM, and we'll see if we can complete XCOM 2 with a single heavy. And you know, I think we have the feeling Big Jack will make a return, because my work colleague hasn't heard of XCOM 2, so as per a deal, he's going in XCOM 2, so you know. Anyway, if you guys made it to this part of the video, well done. Thanks for watching up until this point. You are amazing. And as usual, please look after your beautiful selves. Have a fantastic day and a beautiful evening. And I shall see you in the next one doing XCOM 2. So thanks for watching. Take care. And I've been Insane Frame. Until next time, people, take care of yourselves.